Maurice, it happened so fast, I doubt if you know what happened, but what is Richard's condition, could you tell?
Well, he's laying there talking now. Looks like his left arm. It's either sprung real bad or broke, and they're cutting his uniform away to get into him. His head's beat on, bloody, and his eyes hurt a little bit. He'll be all right, though.
But he is talking.
Yeah, he's talking. He knows everybody.
You look pretty beat yourself.
Yeah, long run.
For most successful pro athletes, their lives have been defined by the sports they play.
Kyle Petty is going to win the Coca-Cola 600.
Careers full of triumphs, defeats, and compelling drama.
It is one of the defining moments, if not the defining moment of my life.
But when it's time to step away from that competition,
thank you,
the
sir.
transition to retirement presents a new set of challenges.
Win through their lenses. The film crew continued following the man who would be king. Their cameras moved on to Petty's home.
It's come on, boys, let's go in the hustle before the spectacular 100-mile beach and road race for souped-up cars at Daytona Beach, Florida. This is the annual competition for modified and sportsman stock cars, one of the big events on the NASCAR racing schedule. Everyone's in a hurry to get these made-over automobiles into line for the time trials before the big race tomorrow. Busiest man on the track is Bill Tuthill, National Secretary of NASCAR, the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing. Down there on that broad and beautiful beach are about 100 cars, which anxious owners, drivers, and crews are tuning up in the hope that they can qualify at high
beautiful
speed
drive.
And thus get the front positions at the start
That's
of the
in
race.
the garden spot.
It's dead on to the hole.
The so-called modified stock cars have the souped-up motors and special equipment. The sportsman's cars are older models with some modifications. All cars are equipped with wire mesh to protect the motor from flying dirt and sand. There's an interesting spectator, a monkey. It belongs to that veteran driver, Dick Egan. The time trials are on down the beach for 2 miles to pick up speed, then a timed mile for the record.
Tony, you're doing the best with what you got. I ain't gonna worry about what you're not.
Thank you, sir.
You drive twice as far as me and John. Try a little harder than everyone except me and John.
Here comes the famous Monty Flock. He set the record of 115.42 miles an hour over the measured mile. Time trials are over, so up come the markers of the course.
Ooh.
It's almost race time now. Hoods go down and crews strap doors shut so they can't fly open and expose them to greater danger when there's danger enough at best. They're lined up there for the start down on Daytona Beach. And they're off. The sportsman's division goes first. And then the somewhat faster modified cars. 97 of them all together. 97 of them headed up the beach.
Nice approach.
And then they'll return to the
Good green.
Ooh. 24 laps will make a 100 miles.
Stop, stop. Stop it now.
Oh, die.
Let's go! Revenge!
To the road, and Jimmy Lee, 47, is leading the pack. A car stalled on the turn. That's got them all jammed up. That's the north turn with the beach on the right. They're speeding down the road in the last half of the first lap, and there's passing going on at great rate at around 110 miles an hour. A car has conked out on the road, blocking the speeding traffic. Here they come, battling for the lead. Jimmy Lewon, 47 ahead. Tim Flock in 91. And Jack Smith in 2E goes ahead in the turn.
Oh, I'd rather be in the sand than where you're at.
back in the race now. It's a terrific fight for the lead at no quarter battle between Llewellyn and 47 and Jack Smith and 2B, with Llewellyn still ahead. Llewellyn takes a north turn, half in a skid. One car stalled in the sand, but the crowd roars on. The pass continues as they speed down the road. Llewellyn leads the mob into the south turn with Jack Smith in 2B and Roy Hall in 222, not far behind.
Please tell me we're only playing 9, Doug.
He set it up for 9.
This turn is dangerous. And there's one that didn't make it.
Not nice. Oh, you need the heartbeat for that one.
Boy, what a place to back onto the track. But what else can he do? He's over the edge. Let me see, that's Chuck Arnold in number 94. I hope he's not hurt. He's not coming out. There he is, coming through the window. He looks okay. He's unhurt. Holy smoke, another one, and almost 2 more. What a spot to be in. That's Tom Fenley hanging on the brink there. Up the beach, past the fifth, that's Wally Campbell at number 1. He's last year's Grand National Champion. Number 69 with Walt Hartman at the wheel comes in to report motor trouble. He's kind of hot, too.
We're on the green.
What a place to
We're on the green.
It's here you know that Sir Malcolm Campbell drove his famous Bluebird 172 miles an hour along the beach.
Oh, no.
Bill Whitehouse, number 23, has to pit. The field is thinning out some already. He's worked up a head of steam.
Oh. You're the man!
Go.
Excellent putt, sir.
They're going to do a quick repair job if you call knocking off a fender a repair job. Llewellyn in 47 is still ahead. There's a car with a hood up. Let's see, I think it's Jimmy Thompson at number 7. Yes, it is. And here comes Thompson around the south turn.
Oh!
Thompson's back in the pits.
You guys are golf champions.
Time for another repair job.
Holy crap.
And this is the way it's done. Who needs a hood anyway?
Oh! Good par.
Yep.
So
I hope I get 9 straight 5s.
Well, who's ahead now? Jack Smith is trying to pass Llewellyn to take the lead. He's driving like mad, but 47 is still ahead.
You think I can make it on the fairway from here?
Look out there. Just a little crack up. Takes more than that to worry these boys, though. Jack Smith's gaining a lap on the stragglers now, and still out after Llewellyn. 92 into the pits. It's Herb Thomas who won the 500-miler at Darlington, South Carolina. Well, he's not too hopeful today. Jack Smith's plenty hopeful, though. He's right on Llewellyn's tail. The battle for the lead goes on down the road and into the south turn. Llewellyn at 47 has gained a little over Jack Smith. Look at them crowd into the
Had a nice sound on that one.
Boy, how can they
That did sound good.
Good ball.
Hoodless number 7 speeds right along, but he's not in the battle between Smith and Llewellyn. Llewellyn's still ahead on the north turn, but not much. Smith Smith passes Llewellyn. After a 15-mile battle, Jack Smith, number 2, is now in the lead. Llewellyn in 47 is second on the 5th lap. Oh, look out there! Watch out, end over end. Look at that car, end over end, ladies and gentlemen. How can a driver take that? Is he okay? We can't see yet. There he is in the shadows. He's coming out. I think he's all right. Yes, he's okay. John Rudolph stayed with it and came out okay.
Whoa.
Wow. Boy, I'm telling
Roll,
you,
roll,
thrills
roll.
galore. I don't think he can stand up, though. He's kind of shaky. What's next? Oh, that's next. Another hood flies up. It's Charles Dixon from North Carolina.
Oh, let's go, dude. Great shot.
And that battle for the lead isn't over yet.
Roll, roll, roll. Same place.
Jack Smith now. This beach is a great place for passing. Smooth and
Nah,
hard as it
you
is.
can make it, JB.
Life's a journey. And one thing I've learned, it is a journey because
Take it.
Oh, we got a VGK goal. Very weird. What? We got a VGK Teddy Bluger goal to take a 3-2 lead.
It was a different speedway that greeted race fans in 1911. Ruts, chuckles, and flying stones contributed by the crushed stone and tar surface had been replaced with 3 million paving bricks of 10 pounds each. Fisher's $700,000 investment also included concrete retaining walls and guardrails. His dream, including a 2.5-mile road course within the oval, was all but forgotten. Because racing crowds had been dwindling, one race was decided upon in May of 1911, 500 miles. 80,000 people filled the grandstands on opening day
just like the one
as
last
the official
night.
starter waved a red flag signaling a clear course ahead. 40 cars ran 5 abreast down the straightaway as Carl Fisher drove the Stoddard-Dayton pace car, occupying what we now see as the pole position. All but one of the cars carried a riding mechanic. Ray Haroon had instead rigged up a rear-view mirror to keep informed of approaching drivers. As his number 32 yellow and black Marmon Wasp raced toward victory, accidents and poor conditions plagued the race itself. A spectacular crash took 3 cars out in the pits, while a riding mechanic was fatally injured in a separate accident. It was all Ray Haroon could do to keep his machine under control on the oil-slick surface.
When the race finally ended after 6 hours and 42 minutes, Haroon claimed victory for the Marmon Company. Nicknamed the Yellow Jacket, his machine averaged 74.602 miles an hour. Ray Haroon's prize money amounted to $14,000. It was the Speedway's first 500-mile race, but it was Ray Haroon's last. He retired from racing. He vowed never to race again, even for twice as much money. Haroon told Wilbur Shaw and others about his run later.
Good shot.
Yeah, dog, we both need more juice, I think.
Weight and get more speed by riding alone. The job of the mechanic in those days was to watch behind and notify the driver when other cars were trying to pass. They claimed that it'd be dangerous for me to ride alone, so I rigged up this little gadget.
The trick worked. The Marmon Company got its money's worth. It had more orders for passenger cars than it could fill. The race was successful for car manufacturers, drivers, and Carl Fisher himself.
I don't know.
The next few years brought
I thought if I hit it center, I'd be perfect, and I hit it the way that it didn't go.
400 feet
went the opposite way.
Which meant only 33 starters. In 1912, the total prize money was doubled to $50,000. The crowds continued to swell, and so did the excitement surrounding the race. Artists and photographers have captured this period of Speedway history. For example, here in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Hall of Fame Museum is a picture of the 1915 winner, Ralph De Palma. But he is depicted 3 years earlier in 1912 as he pushed this giant Mercedes toward the finish line with the help of his riding mechanic. His face is a picture of disappointment. You can see his frustration as Joe Dawson roared past to win the 1912.
Nice tire, Tony.
Thank you, sir.
Named Eddie Rickenbacker would finish 21st in his number 6 Firestone Columbus. In direct contrast to De Palma's defeat,
Great
consider
putt.
the gaiety and informality depicted in these early photographs of French driver Jules Gu. 1913 brought with it the arrival of overseas drivers and
excellent
with
putt.
them the differences of their customs. Those differences are captured in these photographs.
Did it give you the option of a gimme?
25-year-old son of the superintendent
No,
in
it
charge
does it
of the
automatically.
Peugeot factory became the first European to win the 500-mile race in 1913. During the race, Gu consumed 4 bottles of champagne and then said, "Without the good wine, I would have not been able to."
Since 1974, the assault on the 200-mile-an-hour barrier had been put on hold. When officials repaved the track in the summer of '76, it was time to dust off the record books. During practice in 1977, several drivers clocked laps over 200. Whether that number would make it to pole day was anyone's guess.
Doug, RT is going to have like a
200 is
completely
still a
different
magic
angle
number,
from
I think.
Tony's tee even.
No matter what you do, 200 mile an hour, it just sounds fast. It is fast. But to be able to run 200 miles an hour back in the 70s, you know,
ours is
was
31
a pretty
fewer
big
yards.
challenge.
Pole day is barely an hour old when Tom Sneva takes aim at 200.
It's a new track record.
Sneva wastes no time. He eclipses the magic
Oh my God.
on his first lap. He
Oh
then
my goodness.
shatters
Oh
the
my
one-lap
damn.
record
Oh,
speed
no.
of 200.535 miles
Damn,
an
nice.
hour. Sneva is on the pole.
Another waste of a
and in
heartbeat.
the history book.
It was a very proud feeling.
Perfect
more,
distance, guy.
more than anything. You know, we were proud of that accomplishment.
Oh my
You know
goodness.
that
Oh my
there's always gonna be
damn.
new
Oh
track
my
records
goodness.
And people are going to go faster and faster. But to be the first person to run the 200 mile, that magic mark, you know, that's something they can't take away from you.
Janet Guthrie returned to Indy with hopes of making some history of her own.
I didn't go into IndyCar racing feeling as if I had to prove something because I was a woman. That perspective was forced upon me to my considerable surprise. As a driver, every driver has something to prove to themselves.
When it's time to qualify,
Nice.
a sick engine threatens Guthrie's run at the record books. She's got
I always
the speed,
underestimate
but
the
will
wind.
her motor make it?
When I last looked at the oil pressure gauge coming out of turn 4 approaching the checker, it was nailed to 0. And if the engine blew up between there and the starting line, that was it. There would be no more chances. So what I mostly felt when I saw the checker, yes, I knew I had made it. I knew I had the speed from the tachometer. But there was also that great relief that the engine had lasted.
History made. Another barrier broken. Guthrie becomes the first woman to qualify for the Indianapolis 500. She'll start 26th.
They came to realize that I was just what I said I was, a racing driver who happened to be a woman. The woman part didn't make a darn bit of difference.
Company with
on the dance
floor, the first lady ever to qualify at
Equal shot.
Indianapolis. Gentlemen, start your engine.
Oh!
Al Unser rushes to the front. A cluster of contenders battle to challenge the leader.
That is car 27, Janet Guthrie's car, now slowing on the race course.
Guthrie pits on lap 26. Her historic day done in by a bad timing gear. As the field sorts itself out, Gordon Johncock leads. AJ Foyt positions
if I could hit that fucking meter one time where I wanted to, maybe I'd be a little bit better.
Stopwatch on him. How close are they? And Foyt is about 9 seconds behind Gordon Johncock.
And Gordon Johncock moving by us. Now here's AJ Foyt. They're into turn number 4.
Johncock begins to pull away. Gordy is poised to erase a series of bad breaks for the STP team and win another May Classic.
A.J. Foyt, an interval of 6.82 seconds between the leader Johncock, the second place car Foyt. Foyt is closing the gap. Johncock might be running out of fuel.
You're running out there and you never gave a thought about the crankshaft breaking. The carburation was right. The fuel was good.
Yes!
Good. Yeah! He was just running, and he wasn't overdriving or anything. He was just going well, and it was just amazed that the damn thing stopped.
So the chase is on, but Gordon Johncock has pulled over to the left side of the straightaway.
Yes!
He appears to be slowing. He has cut
Good
his car
putt.
in off of the apron at the south end of the main straightaway.
Really even having to run that hard because we were so far ahead of him, and then all of a sudden the engine just let go and pulled down in the guardrail, and turn 1 went down late in the creek and cooled off. 77, I'll have to say, was the biggest disappointment in my racing career.
After leading 129 laps, a blown engine crushes Johncock's chances of a second Indy win. Once again, Foyt is the beneficiary of bad luck.
From the dusty tracks
Oh, this is a long one. Into the wind.
There goes Foyt toward turn 3.
And the crowd on its feet is AJ Foyt. They're waving at him, waving him on through turn number 3, off of 3 into the short chute.
I had tears in my eyes the last 4 or 5 laps because I guess the good Lord wanted me to run 500 miles and be a true 500-mile winner 4 times, because I felt last year and year before last that we had a good shot at winning the race, and the rain come along and we lost the race, but I'm glad it worked out like it did.
A.J. Foyt down the main straightaway. The checkered flag is out. A.J.'s hand in the air. He is the winner. A.J. Foyt at Indianapolis has won his 4th 500-mile race.
A momentous month in 500 history ends with a living legend pulling into victory lane.
To be the first man to ever do something like that after so many years that people have been there trying to, I was very happy. And finally I asked my dad, I says, well, you're patting everybody on the back, what a great job they did today. I said, what did I do? He said, you had a little part in it. And that's all he ever said. So, I mean, I guess that was about the nicest words he ever spoke to me after a race.
I don't think there was anybody more deserving. You know, he didn't, it wasn't handed to him. He earned it, and he did it, you know, from a period, like I say, where we all ran the same kind of cars. I still consider him the greatest driver to ever bolt on a helmet and strap himself into a race car.
During post-race ceremonies, Speedway President Tony Hulman joined Foyt in the pace car for a special victory lap.
With regards to how many more men win it 4 times, being the first to do it after 50-something years really meant a lot to me, and especially with Mr. Hulman, because we got to be very close and very good friends, and I think he was awful thrilled to see me be the first man to win it 4 times.
In October, Speedway owner Tony Hulman passed away at the age of 76. Hulman transformed the dilapidated brickyard into an auto racing shrine and made the Indy 500 an American tradition.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights.
What is this?
Subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page.
Looks like it's 10,000 feet away.
Mock from Florida pitting his automobile here. Maybe topping the tanks or making a final
Holy
adjustment
shit.
on the cars. Countdown continues. We are working to the 15th lap. Flagman Chip Warren, caution flag in hand.
Now he's shaking his head. Is someone telling him something different?
If you're just joining us, it has rained through the night on into the morning and cleared just about an hour before post time. They have tried frantically to dry the track out for a start. We have now run 14 laps officially of the 1979 Daytona 500. We've run them under caution. There you see the pole sitter.
Okay, we've just had a word from the control center that Baker says turn 2 is too slick.
Probably better than getting on the green there.
And I notice the NASCAR officials are coming back out here to the side of the track, and there will be a few more laps before they turn them loose in this event.
Well, maybe. They just say we haven't had a word that they're going to give them anymore.
Well, I see the two officials are standing beside the track.
See Warren looking up at the control center to see what is the latest word. He's giving them the signal for 1 lap to go. What's Buddy Baker going to say to that?
They're going to try and turn them loose this time.
Well, of course, this is the point. You know, you could look at it and say, well, they're racing drivers. They'll just have to go through turn 2 a bit slower and you know, play according to the rules. It's not that wet. It is just a little bit damp.
Cuckoo Marlin getting his automobile back in the control tower. The switch in hand to turn them loose. Lance Childress and Ernie Moore, who had moved out to the side of the track, are now.
I'm about to show you how to approach.
So the lights on the pace car, you see her off, and that tells the drivers also there's only 1 lap to go.
Indicative of a start. 15 laps have been completed, 37.5 miles. They'll be getting green this time. Baker pulled it off. Only one driver has ever won the pole position, then the 120-mile qualifying race.
Maybe not.
Fireball Roberts. Can Baker do it? On the pole with a new record. The 125, he ran almost as an experiment to make sure the car would do all the things they wanted to do under race pressure. And it certainly did that.
Buddy Baker's been looking incredibly strong all week, but of course 500 miles is a long, long way to go at 190 miles an hour.
The pressure is really on. Here they come out of turn number 4, settling down for a start. The lead cars wanted to wave it off a few more laps.
Nice.
Conditions reported from the observer's tower in turn 2. It's okay to race. Let's see what happens. Watch for that switch to turn, and we will be racing.
Mr. Starter, all yours. Come on, Chip, let him out.
There's the word. Light goes green. Then Gazera drops the green flag, and the field hurdles into turn number 1. Critical time. Donnie Allison goes out in front. Baker dropping to second. Second turn.
Excellent.
4 car lengths.
Excellent.
Into the back straightaway. Everybody okay?
That's what's called a multiple car draft. Can you imagine the wind following that long? Dale Yarborough moving up into second place there, trying to drop back again to third.
Donnie Allison is in front. Here they come to complete lap 1 under green, the 16th lap of the race. As they come to the tri-oval, the leader is Donnie Allison. Buddy Baker is in second. Dale Yarborough third. Eddie Parsons is in fourth. Darrell Waltrip rides in 5th. A.J. Boyd is in 6th. Bobby Allison back there in 7th. Donnie Allison trying to break away from the field. They'll try to run him down. There they are, going up on the 31-degree banking of turns 1 and 2. Back straightaway. Allison drawing away. There's Parsons. And you can see the windshield already spattered as he flies down the back straightaway.
Slingshot. Who's he about to slingshot there?
He pulls up. It looks like Buddy Baker's automobile directly in front of him. Into turn 3 and 4 at over 195 miles an hour. You're riding with Benny Parsons out of turn 4. It's Allison in front.
Oh.
Take over one of these pit stops.
Donnie Allison pointing as he came by. Boy, this is going to be a controversial one. Baker in second. And look at that Oklahoma land rush back there. Second, third, fourth, all in a kibble.
Nice putt. Good job.
Dude, you're the man.
Best golfer of all time.
It's impossible to do in this racing. If he could just make enough room and really get away, he would be in very, very, very good shape.
Excellent putt. Like
you, sir.
Ernie Els.
Ernie Elliott. Got it.
Daytona Speedway. Here they come for the tri-oval. Directly down below us now, it is Donnie Allison in first. Cale Yarborough in second. Benny Parsons has gone to third. The Race Vision CBS camera in Benny Parsons' car, hauling up to the third spot. Bobby Allison is in fourth. There you see the leader. Allison first, Cale Yarborough in second, Benny Parsons in third. Parsons nearly won this race.
putt.
A second time he won it.
I missed so bad.
Nice.
I overcompensated, and I missed so bad it went straight. JB, I want to go to Sarasota to get one of those cookies.
Did I eat one?
Yeah.
I'm not hungry.
Here's Pearson moving under Buddy Baker to take over in eighth.
I can only think that Buddy Baker is just biding his time here. Not the sort of thing
Jeez.
Nice.
That's stuck.
Moves in on Donnie Allison back straight away. Allison goes to the inside, noses down through, slingshot. Cale Yarborough takes the lead. Turn 4. Inches apart at 190 miles per hour.
That's in the garden spot.
Second, number 27, Parsons and
Oh, let's go!
back they come. Bobby Allison stays in that.
Jamie Benn scores with his own net empty.
Woo.
Game.
Up into the banking they go.
5-ball game.
5-hole on Eden Hill. Get him out of there.
Quite a lead.
What teams are these?
Dallas Renegades versus the Vegas Wildcats.
Really?
No.
I'm like, what?
Vegas Golden Knights versus the Dallas Stars.
The Vegas Golden Cat.
XFL has goals now.
That's not really 5-hole, dog. It went under his blocker. Dog, that's insane. It went right under his leg. Wait, dog, you got it over that hill? Nice job.
Cale Yarborough still in first. Benny Parsons in second. Allison.
Partridge in a fat cock.
This hole seems kind of difficult, don't you think?
Down the back straightaway. Talk about a choo-choo.
All the uphill.
Parsons pressing. Goes for the lead. Benny Parsons sweeps into first place. Going to second. Dragged along.
Same spot as Tony.
Hello, sir.
Hello there.
Waltrip in fifth. Dave Marcus in sixth. The red car. A.J. Foyt in seventh. Tight running in eighth. David Pearson.
Oh no.
A.J. Foyt's up.
Oh, dog, it did just glide along that brush. It is better.
Thought it was gonna glide to the hole.
Bobby Allison second, his brother, the younger brother, Donnie Allison in third. We'll be back with more live coverage of the Daytona. It's 3 1/10 seconds between the first and 13th car, David.
You've been in everything but fairway and green.
We're 29 laps into the race, 72.5 miles. Vandiver limping onto pit road. Field coming by, struggle for the lead. The Allison brothers are going to go at it. It's Bobby Allison low, Donnie Allison high.
I'll take it.
Side by side into turn 1 at over 190 miles an hour.
Come back, come back.
All right.
Hey, I'll take it.
Out of control, he's spinning. He gets hit by his brother. He's all the way around.
Cale Yarborough's on the grass, that wet grass now incredibly slippery.
Donnie and Bobby Allison off the track, spinning, splashing their way down through. This will bring out a caution flag and Cale Yarborough.
Desperately trying to get that car back on the track now because they just might get stuck in the mud. That might be the simple thing that puts them out of this race.
Tagging each other. Caution flag is on. They'll race back to the line. They're racing back to the stripe. As these cars come, and it will be Waltrip in first. It will be Benny Parsons in second.
I think these cars are just stuck in the mud because Cale really didn't hit anybody.
Well,
So we got more free hockey
to the
tonight.
Daytona 500. We are in the 31st lap, and let's look at it again.
Hello,
I
sir.
think what happens here is that
Nice.
Cale, coming up on his... No. Bobby Allison just tags his brother Donnie. That's all there is to it. He just nudged that left rear fender.
And almost put him upside down right there.
And Darrell Waltrip, old Jaws, slips through that...
In a bird! In a
See,
bird!
Cale still hasn't touched anybody yet. He just takes to the infield at about 200 miles an hour, a muddy, wet infield.
Nice.
And in fact, doesn't even get the car sideways. Tremendous car control. Bobby on the left of the picture there, sliding towards the bank, protecting them from going into Lake Lloyd. Donnie spinning around, but nobody touched anybody hard yet. So those cars are really probably in perfectly race-worthy shape. It's just a case of getting them out of the mud.
Cale Yarborough getting the bath of the year, and car number 11, as you can see him splashing his way down through the apron. Donnie Allison trying to get back out there. Here is another view. The field coming down out of the turn. It looks like Donnie started to come down, Bobby started to move up. And those are the front cars.
Look at Donnie's car right off the floor there, pirouetting around on the left front wheel only.
And that's right where that disaster took place yesterday.
Coming off turn 2 is definitely the spookiest place on this track.
Darrell
Absolute
Waltrip is in the
land rush of
pits.
people into the pits now, of course. Now they'll be doing chassis changes. Sorry.
Waltrip and car number 88 is in. Ned Jarrett will have a report in Brock Yates from the pits in just a moment from the drivers as to their feelings about the track. Car number 1 is moving. Donnie Allison is coming around. We are under caution. We are now working the 32nd lap of the race. There's Cale's car back on the track. 168 laps to go. Cale is back out. What a marvelous job of driving by Yarborough.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Richard Petty coming in front of him. Boy, you talking about an event-filled race. This is it, David.
Fuck that pussy, boy. Fuck it.
Buddy Baker running on 7 cylinders today as hard luck continues to follow him. Dale Earnhardt, the rookie, is in. The hood is up on his car.
Thanks, fucking Peter.
No, that was good.
From the control tower,
All right.
we're hearing the commands given around the racetrack now. As we're under caution, let's go to Jared.
Great putt.
Nice fucking.
I gotta take some pills.
Don't only take one.
Only running on 7 cylinders. They raised the hood on the car, but did not
Hope his
do
heart doesn't
any
stop.
changes. They were planning to change spark plugs. They are going to bring it back in and see if they can find that problem. Now let's go to Brock Yates.
Johnny Allison back in, and just the second stop in as many laps, he's going to have to get this right side. He's had troubles with the right side. Now they're going to make a left side tire change. As you can see, the car is badly
Good
dented
putt,
just in front of the left
Thank
rear
you,
fender. He
sir.
took a hard tag. The whole underside of the car is covered with mud.
Alright.
He's
Oh.
got some real problems.
This is my time to shine. 4 behind.
Yeah, on a par 3.
I think what's happened here is running through all
Gonna aim for the house.
His brother just in front of him.
That's where John's gonna aim.
Bobby Allison, car number 15, coming on the track.
Well, they're dead lucky to be there at all because we saw earlier what happened when they had to crash at that same point yesterday, and here they are both just coming in and changing tyres as if nothing had happened. So they're both extremely fortunate to be out there in the race. Of course, this is just what Buddy Baker needed, a yellow early on to try and keep the average down while he can get his engine trouble sorted out. Unfortunately for Cale, he's still stuck out there, I think, or they're pushing him around with the truck.
Frenzied action in the pits. Cale is just coming into the pit road area now. Cale Yarborough in the Junior Johnson car. Cale twice a winner here in 1968 and again in 77.
Pick cotton and shut the fuck up.
He has to be frantic. But what a fantastic job he did of driving. He kept the car straight while going across a skating rink with a 600 horsepower car.
Absolutely.
There's a look of Cale Yarborough.
I bet he's not looking like that now. I bet he's absolutely fuming in there because he was nothing to do with that accident, really.
Car number 28, Buddy Baker, is also back in, and they have both the hood up and they have the trunk lit up. Here's Ned Jarrett.
They're changing spark plugs on the car, Ken. This is something that they thought they'd have to do, buddy. What happened?
I don't know, Ned. It's got something fouled out in the engine that won't run.
Okay, that was the words of Buddy Baker, and you can see he's a very disappointed gentleman. Now let's go back to Brock Yates.
Ooh.
We're at Bobby Allison's pit. As you can see,
No.
the side of his car is dented as well. They did not make
No.
a
So what do you think about that one?
made a fuel stop.
Trash.
But We'll only have to wait and find out what kind of damage is done underneath after that spin. Up to you.
At the 34th lap, the car which had started 20th on the field, Neil Bonnet of Hueytown, Alabama, plagued by problems all week, has appropriated first position in these pit stops. Bonnet, number 5, is now out in front in the Jim Stacy in the Jim Stacy automobile. Here's car number 5, Neil Bonnet, a young driver out of Hueytown, Alabama, from the same.
Damn, one time the backspin actually fucking works.
Great shot.
I think it's, yeah, good shot, Doug. But I think it's because we're going basically straight down because the green is so far elevated down compared to the
generally, he keeps joining teams and then disband, and it's good to see him doing so well today.
Donnie Allison is back on pit road. Now there's Benny Parsons' car again. You can see that's the kind of vision a driver has. Windshield wipers at 190 miles an hour are not too effective.
They certainly are not too effective. And that's oil from somebody's car and a bit of water. And you can see the sort of problems they have as the race progresses.
And it gives you some idea of the kind of pressure these drivers are under. The only pit stop, the only time out, the pit stop, such as we're seeing now, other than that, they're on deck all the time.
Wow.
No defensive unit, no offensive unit, no taxi squad to put in out here. Bonnet is first. A.J. Foyt, 1972 Daytona 500 champion, has come to second. Remember a year ago, Foyt flipping 6-7 times down here in turn number 1, side over side. He's back, just as tough, just as strong, just as great as ever. Probably the greatest driver of our time in America. Now we're going to see in slow-mo another time what happened. Here they are, turn 2. Donnie Allison coming in. Bobby Allison just touches his brother at 190 miles per hour. Donnie's car gets down on the apron, back end kicks up. And they start that wild slide. Yarborough chooses where to go. He had like an 1/8 of a second, and he went in the only place he could go to escape disaster.
Yeah, looking at that tape again, Yarborough might have just touched the back of Bobby Allison before Bobby touched Allison Donnie.
Let's take a look
my
again if we
fucking
can.
God, dude.
I'd like to see that again.
Were you short? Oh.
Because that's the thing, when you're doing 190 mile an hour around a 31-degree bank turn, it's very, very difficult, not impossible, to keep these cars.
Excellent even round, sir.
Great even round.
Thank you, sir. Good +4 Piazza.
Good +8 JB.
Good +8 John.
It's probably pulled exactly. He got into the draft and just touched the corner there of car 15.
Donnie and 15 comes up. Bumper tag at 195 miles an hour. And here you see the results.
Luckily, everybody absolutely fine.
Buddy Baker is back in the pit still another time. Working frantically on his automobile down there. What a terrible break for this man who's tried so hard. This race means more to him than any other race. And he's won nearly $70,000 thus far with the pole